So are Americans going to support another military operation in the Middle East right now? I mean, we've had kind of a checkered past in going into the Middle East and not taking care of business. So I open it up. What do you think?
I don't think they're going to support it if the President of the United States does not make a case and clearly explain why we went in there and what the end game is. And look, I'm not an Iran expert, and I'm not going to pretend that because I spent 2 days watching former generals on CNN explaining this, I understand the Middle East. But I am a regular American, and I can tell you my reaction, and it was mixed feelings, because when I heard that the Ayatollah was dead, I shared in the celebration of so many Iranians around the world, and including in the United States. I thought of Mahsa Amini, the journalist who was stopped by the morality police and cruelly, brutally killed. I thought of Vida Rabbani. I thought of my friend Tamal Ganyan, whose uncle was executed by the Ayatollah in '79. And that is one part. But I also have such anxiety. I am furious that we are going into war yet again without congressional approval. I am furious that the American people have not been brought into this. I am furious that we are doing this alone. Yes, Israel is part of it, but I look at Donald Trump and I look at Netanyahu and I see two leaders who I think politically they benefit from war. Netanyahu is facing criminal charges for corruption back home. Donald Trump is facing very low numbers and Epstein files that are not, and we will not let go away. And so, I think that's where a lot of Americans are. That we're happy that the Ayatollah is dead. He's brutal regime. And let me just say one more thing.
So she gonna sit here and name all the reasons why they should go in and get this guy up out of there.
Yeah, I mean,
and then say, "Oh, I'm brutal. I'm upset though." Shut your ass up,
because Congress didn't approve this. Don't we have people on Congress that are other nations, are from other nations, and put other nations before they put America?
Why did we give a shit about them not notifying Congress?
They should.
Excuse my language, but there was never this energy when Obama didn't use congressional approval to go kill Osama bin Laden, or when he did strikes on Yemen and Syria and Lebanon and Somalia. No congressional approval for those, but now it's a problem that we just took out another leader, another dictator. These are the no dictator, no kings people. They don't believe nothing they say, bro. They just want to be anti-Trump and have something to hoot and holler and whine about.
But somebody coming up
gracious
is going to absolutely cook them and put them in their place.
Goodness gracious.
I think that's where a lot of Americans are. That we're happy that the Ayatollah is dead. He's brutal regime. And let me just say one more thing. Trump has, I think, changed since Venezuela. I think I think he thought Venezuela was incredibly successful, and he's been making comparisons with what happened in Venezuela with what's happening in Iran. I don't know Iran, I know Venezuela. Maduro was a piddly little third world dictator. Venezuela is not Iran. Iran has terrorist cells all over the world that they can activate. Venezuela was one and done. They went in there, they extricated Maduro, and that was the end of that. This certainly is not that. He's already told us it could be 4 or 5 more weeks of strikes. We are seeing retaliation by the Iranians that the Venezuelans didn't have the ability to do. So I think that he's in love with this idea of being the conqueror and the emperor after Venezuela. He's got this Napoleonic complex. He thinks he's Alexander the Great.
Right.
But Venezuela is not Iran.
I mean, I respect...
She's about to cook them.
I don't really have a way to justify that at all. So I definitely can't condone that. But
it happens. It sucks.
It does happen in war.
R.I.P.
It's very sad. I think that the regime were killing. So if you care about humans, just take the country and all these things out of it. Humans were dying at a mass rate in a short amount of time in this place, and Trump stopped that. So I mean, I just if you look at it like that, it kind of takes all the
that's all that needs to be said.
Opinions out of it.
But she's finna say it. She's finna tell them. She's about to own them to their face.
I so respect where you come from, Anna, on this and your ability to broadly think about it and have heart in it. I also think it's very easy to have political concussion at this point where, and I actually had a concussion a year ago, one of the side effects was losing depth perception, where you can't see the depth of what is going on because you're just being constantly barraged by information or political opinion and now war. Understandably, the Americans are fatigued with the idea of war. We get that, right? We sit here and we know the repercussions of it, including the death. And I do want to say our hearts are with the families of those fallen soldiers. Your sacrifice will not be squandered. This war will be won. I do think it's threefold. One, we have 47 million Iranian women who now have a hope of freedom. That's a good thing, okay? We have an disgusting, disgusting terrorist regime ended. And the people finally have hope to create their own nation again. Okay, so that's the hope. When we zoom out in geopolitical realm, okay, which is not my specialty either, but I have a ton of friends in the military who specialize in this. We see that this is actually avoiding a boots on the ground war with China when we are able to choke their oil supply, and the president and our military are exemplary in doing so right now. They've cut the oil supply from Venezuela, and they've now reduced it and choked the oil supply to China in Iran. And now what that does is presumably prevent China from having an absolute stronghold on the globe. So this is a strategic move geopolitically that we may not fully understand, but I absolutely trust that this is best for our
Can I
nation,
ask
and we
you
should be America
What
first.
makes you
Hold
think that
on,
the
Anna.
regime
She
has
just dropped
ended?
that dime on
Can we?
Let
Can we?
Sandy do
Well,
what
that
she's
was
doing.
the-
Be
Let her
America.
cook,
We
let
may
her
not
cook.
fully understand, but I absolutely trust that this is best for our
can I
nation,
ask
and we
you-
should
all
be
we can do.
America
What
first.
makes you
Hold
think that
on,
the
Anna.
regime has ended?
Let
That was
Sandy do
well,
what
that
she's
was
doing.
The
that was
leader
one of
is the absolute Ayatollah is dead.
Well, but I'm
the
old
people.
enough to
Well, okay,
remember.
ND.
I'm
I get
old
it.
enough to remember
Let's not do this
1989.
crosstalk thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Finish your sentence.
I was just going to say, you know, the bottom line is that this is an illegal war. This is an unconstitutional war. Only Congress can wage a war. And so that's the first thing. I think we have to call a thing a thing. So this is an illegal war. This is a presidential war. I will also say, I think what Anna was about to say, did the regime really change? No. At this point, Donald Trump has come out and said, I had some choices for who would lead, but they are dead now too. And so now you have people that are in Iran picking their own people. So you don't have a regime change, just like you don't have a regime change in Venezuela. Also, what I'll
Just
say
like
is
America
it's
did.
very easy to start a war,
Picking their own
right?
people.
Without a plan. It's very difficult to end a war.
Not necessarily.
We've seen in Russia.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but
We
they're
pick.
not going to set up a democracy and like have a
Why
fair
can't they?
election.
Why can't they?
Who's going to conduct it? That
We
is
did.
a good point.
America did it.
Yeah, who in America? So we created a government, right? And all that.
We didn't do it.
So
Who
who's
did?
going to do that in Iran?
The man that created white supremacy. The white supremacists created this beautiful system.
I think America needs to go over there and give them democracy.
No, see, because if we do that, then we'll be.
I don't
sitting
care
in the
about what they
Middle
say.
East, bruh.
No. We're not going to put America.
Yeah, we'll
Americans
be
will
occupied.
there.
It'll be an American
Yeah.
occupation.
That's true.
And we'll be sitting in the Middle East
But
again.
that is a fair point.
It's literally the same shit we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. We destabilized them by getting rid of their leadership, and we tried to occupy them, and we sat out there for 20 fucking years, and now their country's just shit
Hold
and
on.
destabilized.
But then how do we make sure that a bad regime doesn't come again?
We tell them, if y'all do this shit again, we'll nuke the fuck out of you.
That doesn't make sense, though. That's
It's
not an
pretty
actual
simple.
viable option. It's not a viable
It's
option.
pretty viable option.
That wasn't an answer.
How is that not a viable option?
You cannot nuke a country.
Yeah,
Yes, you can.
You see, you're not giving viable. This is not a real answer.
How is
bro.
that
that's
not
why-
a real answer?
Yeah, you see-
oh,
you
yeah,
see-
we should go occupy and sit in the Middle East.
No, are they gonna do that? You know why? That's why niggas not in power, bro.
I don't understand what the problem is. How is
answers
that not
like
a real
that.
It's
problem?
not a real answer.
Trump
They're
said,
not
if
gonna
y'all
do
kill
that.
me, I'm
Can't
going
do
to
that.
turn your country to ash. That is the threat of a nuke.
I mean,
Let's go start a
What
world
are you
war.
talking about? Duh!
But we're not gonna nuke
So you
them.
want a nuclear war?
I said, we talking about, oh, hey, if we mess up, we're going to nuke them. All these other countries already said, hey, we're in favor of the strikes already.
Yeah, but that's different
Strikes
than
is
nuking the
different than
entire
nuke.
country.
I'll nuke the shit out of them.
Random
Everybody
people,
got
That
it.
doesn't make
brother.
sense. No, I
What it
think
is.
that we do have
They
to have
gonna
some
die
type
anyway.
of plan,
Random people
though.
died when the bombs dropped.
We're gonna have some type of
It's what it
plan
is.
for what they're gonna do with the Iran government. Because
Okay,
if you
so-
just let them just do it themselves, then they might put the same
It's
people
gonna
in
be
there.
it's
Even Matt Walsh said that
gonna
same
be,
point.
It's gonna be a power vacuum where another person tries to claim the power. It happened in Libya when Gaddafi died. It happened in Iran. It happened in Iraq. It's gonna happen. It's
look-
going to happen.
But you know what? They started over now because now what they don't have is nukes. That's what the main thing was for me. It's about the nukes.
that's a
Forget
fair
the
point.
power.
But it
That's a
doesn't
fair
matter because
point.
it's going to be a
That's a fair
power
point.
vacuum of another person who tries to come into power.
Well,
and get
then we
nukes.
gonna do the same
So
shit
you
again.
agree? So Sonny is right then.
Oh yeah, that's a valid point. It's going to be a power vacuum.
Hey,
it
but
happens every
at
single
least
time.
they don't have nukes now.
Okay,
That's
but
been the whole point.
Okay, so then
That I
then,
agree
then,
with.
then what's the problem? So then,
Them
do y'all think we
having
should,
nukes.
do you think we should have an American occupation of Iran?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
No.
I think we
We're
should
in
just
Dubai.
I think we should put them on nuclear
We're in
watch.
Dubai. Why don't we trust Dubai?
Y'all, if y'all act, because
They're
Dubai
civil.
don't have a war, an army.
I mean,
They're civil.
Dubai
in a-
doesn't have an army. What the
I mean,
hell
I
they
guess.
gonna do?
I don't know. I mean,
I think
We're
But
not
it is a
experts.
fair point.
We're not
It is a
experts.
fair point.
We- look,
I don't know what to do.
we should just start
but it is a fair
executing
point.
all the people they put in power that tweet.
that's what we doing.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all
That's what we
blame, y'all
just
tweet
did.
out, we'll just nuke you.
We did. something
Everybody
good.
gotta go.
So we did good. Well, no, I'm not. No.
Why
Anyways.
y'all don't like nukes, bro?
Yeah, okay, brother.
Serious
that's
question.
that black American privilege shit you be
serious-
doing, bro.
serious
That's
question.
that privilege shit, bro.
No, but you can't do that.
That's that privilege shit,
So,
bro.
because you gonna
All
start
right, come
nuclear
on.
war and you gonna end the
Who
world.
gonna come to war at the defense of Iran?
China.
Brother,
I'm a nuke
This
they
isn't
ass
Call
too.
of
That's
Duty.
not
bro.
who nuke
They-
the shit
that
out
is the
of
one
China.
country we don't want to do that
These
with.
are real
Why not?
lives
We
at
can just
stake.
nuke 'em.
Real
They
lives
can
at
nuke us
stake.
too.
We can not if we nuke them
That's what
first.
it's gonna be nuclear war. That's bad.
Look, bro, come on. It's
Just
lives
saying.
at stake here, man. We talking about real shit.
Okay,
You're talking about being real,
who,
bro.
who you want to go to bed at the end of the night? You or some random Chinese person?
Okay.
I'm
All
nuking the shit out of them. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100.
Right? Without a plan, it's very difficult to end a war. We've seen in Russia invading Ukraine, thinking that it was going to be over. It's 5 years later. 610,000 Russians are either maimed or killed. 1.2 million Russians maimed or killed. We've got 600,000 Ukrainians maimed or killed. That war is not over. I thought this was going to be the president of peace. I thought this president wanted to win a Nobel Peace Prize for peace. That is not what I'm seeing.
Did
I am
in
not
8
seeing
wars.
America first. I think people that voted for Trump, I was not one of them. I think you were. Those people wanted America
I proudly
first.
voted for Trump
Yes, you
because
did.
the alternative was not
Yes,
great, and
yeah,
we would
yes, you did.
absolutely be under the wrong power
Well,
if the alternative
actually,
came
let me
to
just
be.
finish.
I'm going to stop everybody.
Oh, it's finna
Because
get-
we're going to go and come back, and we can continue the conversation.
Did they stop her?
No, she said we're going to commercial, bro.
Key here is we don't know, because it would be great if it
Well, duh.
happened and it happened the way we want it to happen, and people found that freedom. But I'm not optimistic, because when you throw in religion and you throw in male dominance, and sometimes when all kinds of stuff, you have to surf a lot of this. And if you don't know what's going on, all you can do is
So they're
talk
so
about
dumb that they're literally proving the point. They said religion. So the man that literally just shot 17 people, where was that, in Austin? That's how extreme these people are. So let's let the extremists have nukes.
I just think.
Come on.
Can't let them have nukes.
I just think, like Trump said, peace through strength.
Hey, I mean,
But
yeah.
I don't support a military occupation in the Middle East.
Well, nuking them isn't an option.
I'm just saying.
It's not an option.
Nuking is not an option.
Okay.
You're right.
All right.
So
we
what's
can
the option?
they
then?
have an option. They're gonna figure it out. You think they just went in head first? Either way, it's like, hey,
They did have a
we're gonna
plan.
figure it out later.
Yeah.
Trump was like, hey man, I did have a couple people in mind, but
I would love to know what is the plan though to
but
establish
they couldn't have these nukes.
I don't really care if they have a democracy.
I don't care if they have a plan. They shouldn't have the nukes. Terrorist
fair.
nukes.
No, that's fair.
That's what it is.
Get rid
they
of
got
that.
the plan later.
Valid.
That's a very valid.
I don't think we should give them
It is.
democracy. I don't think installing democracy in poop hole countries is valuable to the American people.
And I agree with that.
That's my honest statement. Obviously, I was saying
But that's a
nuke 'em,
backing-
but that's just me thinking peace through strength. Hey, y'all act up. Guess what? It's over with. That's just what I think. That's what I think. Trump already said that. He said.
So we go
he
in
said- Trump said.
and kill the leader, not nuke
No,
the
Trump said
Innocence.
out his own mouth, if y'all do something to me, I will turn your
That's
country to ash. It will be no more.
He's not wrong for that.
Yeah, but he
We know
That
want
is
that.
exactly what he
Saying
said.
that is
So
different.
I'm following off his lead. Peace through strength. If y'all act up, it's over.
So you would kill all the men, women, and children.
Yes.
Murder the whole country.
Yes.
Well,
Every
brother,
single
that's
person.
why
Yes.
emotional
Yeah.
black dreadhead nigga like you will never be in power.
But it's
I'm
the
just
spider
saying.
heads,
I'm
bro.
just saying,
You see how these spider
bro.
heads is?
No.
You see how these spider heads is,
'Cause
y'all?
Y'all not finna act like I'm tweaking when Trump said that himself, and I'm just.
But look what he actually
But he's
did.
the president.
No,
though.
he said that after the fact.
But they
He
been
said-
tweaking.
He
Did he
said,
nuke 'em?
if y'all
They been
no,
tweaking.
he said that after the strikes.
Okay.
He said if y'all do something to me,
And he's not wrong for
Iran
that.
will
He's
be
not wrong
no
for that.
more.
He's not wrong for that. If they kill the president
when
of the
I
United
say
States,
I'm wrong-
so we should nuke them. If
No,
anybody
no.
kills the president
They're
of the United
saying,
States, they should
no,
get
hold
nuked.
on. Trump was saying if they attack America, you would just said,
Oh, if they messing with the people in
that's not what I
Iran.
said. That's
No,
not
you
what I
said
said.
they tweak. They
No,
tweak
that's
what
it.
way? You didn't
When I
say if they
tweak,
kill the
I'm talking
president.
about a threat to us. They already was tweaking over there. I'm not saying nuke them if they start tearing up their people. We're just gonna do some strikes again. You said if
So
they
they blow
are a
up a
threat
U.S.
to
boat.
us.
come on.
Okay, I know, but
come on.
if they blow up a U.S. boat, nuke them.
No.
I mean,
Just
what
do
you
some
saying
strikes.
then?
No, I'm talking about, y'all said if they tweak.
Well,
like
if
a
they
threat
blow
to
up
the
the US
US.
boat,
If
that's
they
a
do
threat.
a threat to the US. They already blew up US boats,
I know.
brother.
I'm just saying. So then, what you saying?
I'm
What is
talking
another
to the
threat?
US
Oh, you talking
soil
about
of the country
okay.
itself.
Okay, you're not wrong then. I mean,
That's
maybe
what
you're
I
not
was
wrong.
talking
Okay,
about.
maybe you're
I'm
not
not
wrong.
just saying nuke. You can't just nuke them if
Okay.
they get out of line. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Is that like
hey,
that's what you
she's
said?
finna cook.
No,
She's finna cook him though.
All we can do is talk about what we see. But I am cautiously watching to see who is going to end up becoming the leader. And it is not somebody I think we need to appoint. This is up to the Iranian people to make that decision. We can't just drop somebody in.
How are they gonna do
because
that?
then we're back with the
Him.
show.
Without a doubt, and I think Whoopi, you
That's what we
emphasized the
did.
point that even
It's
the
different,
president
though.
himself has said, and
We're civilized.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has said that this is now the time for the Iranian people to stand and do what they need to do. And when
Yes.
when you look at what women looked like and were treated like, we have a before and after.
That's facts.
Before this regime and after.
Wow.
This is before, and here's after. And right now,
Sharia
these
law.
women have hope. 47 million women have hope. Women, people who are gay are not being thrown off buildings. Women will not be mutilated and murdered. And
I
I think
hope
there's
so.
such
Sharia law.
hope. And it takes strength to find peace. And America should be first at that always.
I like
You know,
that.
here's
Strength.
the thing, though. I remember.
Peace through strength.
And I hope you're right. I hope for the sake of the Iranian people and for the sake of
your
the
ass to
world,
Venezuela.
for America's sake, I hope you're right. But I
She from
remember
Nicaragua.
1989 when the Ayatollah
Nika.
Khomeini died, and we thought this is over and this is going to be great, and a worse guy came up.
Yeah.
Correct.
I remember
possible.
seeing
It is.
George W. Bush on a U.S. aircraft carrier with a big banner behind him that said "Mission Accomplished," and the mission
In
had
Iraq.
not been
Yes.
accomplished. I remember going into war with information that wasn't true, and so there's a lot that Donald Trump has to say and do, and I think it starts with Congress. I just think that they
not
are our
AOC.
elected representatives.
Not Ilhan
And
Omar.
he needs to give them the respect of
Not Jasmine
giving them
Crockett.
the information and making them part of the
And
of
that
the
is why
decision.
at this point, this is an unconstitutional war.
Hey, she cooked them bad.
She did.
It's a lot of reasons why
Hey,
they had to go over there.
but
that
can
we
we-
don't know.
Let's give some props to The View for bringing in the conservative on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they usually do that here and there. This one time,
But not
And
when
they
they
let her
stand on
talk.
business.
You
They
want
let
to
her
know
talk,
something?
too.
You want to know something? They let her talk, and when she was cooking them, they didn't cry. They said, "I hope you're right. I hope. Because she's so right. You can't argue.
You can't with
And
this.
then this is an
lives at
all-women
stake.
panel, and she said, "Well, we know the before and after what women's lives was like. We know
Can't
what they
argue
do
that.
to women. We know
Can't
what they
argue
do
that.
to gay people. We know what they do.
Do
to
you care about
children.
those things?
Y'all, the LGBT pro women panel.
Yeah.
What do you think about
You
that?
can't be pro LGBTQ and pro Sharia law.
You can't.
Those don't go together
I mean,
at all.
And they
That
were
rhymed.
actually R-wording the women over there. They were doing that.
Bro,
Yeah, it's
they were.
pretty- it was-
Remember
it
what
was
we read
pretty
in the
gruesome.
last video? What they were doing.
I mean, but y'all so y'all so for abortion.
And we know that's a whole nother can of worms.
But that's I mean, it kind of goes. I mean, these women are having probably these babies for men that they didn't want to.
That's true. That's a great point.
But I mean, hey, but y'all so for the women, y'all so for. I mean, y'all not for shit, but y'all own pockets, bro.
I do appreciate what the
Y'all
woman
dumbasses.
said. I do appreciate what the woman said when she dropped the dimes about cutting the oil supply off to China.
That no, see now
That
I didn't
was
even
an
get to address
absolute
that.
gem.
That is because it's like China. When I think about real, global superpowers, it's, you got the U.S. and then you got China and Russia.
Yeah.
So if anything helps the U.S. get the edge over China or Russia, then
We
I
gotta
see an
be with it.
underlying because we got our own oil, Venezuela, and then cut their oil off.
We see what the last
Iran.
administration
Go in
do.
there and take it at this point.
They got
We might as
California,
well, bro.
They got California looking trash. Soon as the president of the China
China.
come over here, they clean up.
They cleaned it up for All-Star Weekend too.
And they own acres of land. I mean, hundreds. I
China
think.
owns lots of
Hundreds
land.
of
I'm not gonna
thousands.
lie, if it was up to me, I would just take it. I would be like, what are y'all
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do? If I was
They did.
the
No, they
government
did.
of a state where China owned land, I would be like, nah.
They did it. No, they
I'll be
did.
like- I'll be like, thanks
Trump
for the
them did
money.
that. It's already done. They took that land. I mean, China
All
does
of
not-
it in all 50 states?
All of it.
Good.
So I mean, hey, they're doing what's best for America. We can't
For the
let
world.
other countries
For the West.
get ahead of us. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's know what y'all think in the comments. She absolutely cooked them.